Hey everyone, once again. I want to welcome everyone back to another movie review. And since I reviewed Demolition Man Cliffhanger, one of my two favorite Sylvester Stallone movies, by the way, Demolition Man is there. I want to talk one of Sylvester Stallone movies from the 80s, which I'm going to review. I don't have the 70 movies. I don't have any of his 17 movies. I don't have Death Race 2000. I don't have the Lords of the Flatbush, the Lords of the Flatbush, which I like the film. I don't have Fist. I supposed to have it, but I don't have that film. The only one from the 70 movies that he did, I do have Rocky, Rocky 1 and 2, the only one that I do own. Because I never came around to buy those movies or wasn't interested. But today I'm going to talk about this Nighthawks, which I do have the Blu-ray. Came out 1981. This is before First Blood came out. This movie was released even before Rocky 3, and like I said, First Blood came out. It's not an action film. It's more a thriller. It's actually Sylvester Stallone's first role, and you see this is Sylvester Stallone with a beard, and of course Rutger Hauer, rest in peace. He passed away 2019. I remember that time over the summer. He passed away 2019, so rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. Yeah. Yeah, Rutger Hauer, he passed away 2019. I do have his film, The Hitcher and Silent Rage. I think was Silent Rage. I don't remember the title, but I do have that film with Brandon Cole from him. I have Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. I don't have that much movies from Rutger Hauer beside Nighthawks. And that movie, I think was Blind Vengeance, I think was Blind Fury. I think was Blind Fury. I think it's titled Blind Fury. Came out 1989, which he played Nick Parker, a blind Vietnam vet who's like a samurai and uses the sword and kills all the bad guys. I like that film. Maybe someday I'll review the film, but I do have that film. It's a really good movie. Now to Nighthawks, I did not saw this movie until 2017 when I actually got on Blu-ray. I grew up more watching Rocky and Rambo films, Demolition Man, Cliffhanger. I grew up more watching those movies Stallone did. Tango and Cash. I think I saw once Lock Up and Tango and Cash. Actually, I would just say I grew up more watching Rocky films and Rambo films, I should say Rambo trilogy, Rocky films. I grew up watching more. I think were Demolition Man and Cliffhanger, because I remember I saw a spot when in the opening scene, which I'm pretty sure it was released in movie theater. Cliffhanger. I actually don't remember that much seeing any of his movies. No, I don't think that I remember any of his movies seeing that much. I think I once saw Oscar, but which I thought was a good movie, but wasn't that much big into the film. But I kind of like Oscar. I saw Over the Top, and now I remember I saw Over the Top once. Yeah, I saw more over tops, but like I said, I grew up more watching Rambo trilogy, Rocky, Rocky 3, 4, and I saw 5. Was not a fan of the 5th movie. I saw the open scene of the first movie on VHS when my dad bring it to me. So yeah, but I never saw Nighthawks. I only once saw one scene in which he was live with a beard, and I thought he's an action star. He doesn't need beard, so I wasn't interested. But this is the first time, 2017, I bought this Blu-ray, and it was the first time I saw the film. So that's Dicky De Silva, and that's Wolfgar. yeah, but Nighthawks is more at the um it's more a neo-noir thriller, and talks about two New York cops, played by Sylvester Stallone and Billy De Williams. Sorry about the noise. What the fuck? Farmers are cutting outside. If you hear the noise, it's because of the farmers with a lawnmower, with a tractor and lawnmower. So don't take it as big. Now, as for Nighthawks, I did not saw it, and like I said, talks about two cops, two New York cops, and that was on New Year's Eve, 31 December. Sylvester Stallone plays Dicky De Silva, New York cop. He has a girlfriend. I mean, he's a Vietnam War veteran. He's undercover cop, and he has a relationship with a girlfriend played by Lindsay Wagner, and Dicky De Silva and his partner Matthew Fox, played by Billy De Williams from Star Wars Episode 5, the Empire Strikes Back. Though they are hunting down criminals. They're like undercover. They are hunting down muggers, drug dealers. They like go with the shotguns, blast into the guy who are dealing dope. In meantime, Rutger Hauer is a known terrorist, Woodguard, who in London puts a bomb and kills kids. He kills everyone. He's a psychopath. He's a terrorist. He wants to be a hero. He wants to kill people. And there's this guy who's after him, but because one of his informant, he makes sure that the secret police came out. Wolfgar goes and kills his informant, kills cops. He goes and kills cops and escape, but his informant, he had his passport, so now they know he is. So he makes plastic surgery and he escapes into America, to New York, and he decides to continue his terror work. So now De Silva and Fox are now called into anti-terrorist group, in which they have to stop Wolfgar. And at first, Dicky De Silva is not fascinated. He's not fascinated, or he's not impressed about a fox hunt, which is like a hunt with a cat and mouse. You know, he's not really impressed or happy with the fox hunt on a man who keeps changing his face, and they never saw him. But he starts. He has a great photographic memory. He looks into his eyes and he like writes a sketch, and he keeps and he sees his eyes, and he has a great photographic memory. And while they're searching Wolfgar is a man who is always at night. He's at nightclubs. He's always at the nightclubs. He's like always at the nightclubs. He's at the nightclubs, and he's always looking for a girl. He always goes and flirts with a girl, and when he grabs her, he starts. He also goes and starts. He starts living with her, and when this stewardess finds out his secret, he goes and kills her. And he keeps doing that non-stop. And so now, because Fox and De Silva decides to ask around, you know, if they see this or this, they go all the nightclubs, and they found in the nightclubs they found a man who identifies the girl, and they look around, And with great photographic memory, Deke de Silva has luck, and he finds Wolfgar, and he screams while Wolfgar runs away, runs in the train station. I actually enjoy the scene in the train station. He runs. So he runs. He takes a young lady as a hostage. He tried to escape. They both now Fox and De Silva are hunting him, but Wolfgar goes and cuts Fox, with a knife in his face. He cuts his face. He escaped with a girl, with his accomplice Shaka, and Shaka goes and kills that specialist anti-terrorist. She goes and kills him, and they go in the cable car, and they kidnapped, take a passengers as a hostage, and they have demands, and Deke de Silva goes after a young baby. When they go in the bus, Shaka gets killed by Fox, and with the bus, of course, Wolfgar escapes. The bus flips over the pier, lands in the water, but Wolfgar escapes, and he goes to De Silva's apartment, because he knows where De Silva's girlfriend lives. He goes to an apartment. He tries to stab the girlfriend, but it turns out it's actually De Silva in disguise, and he was faster than Wolfgar, and he grabs a gun and shoots him in the shoulder, and you see a lot of blood. This movie has a lot of blood scenes. He shoots him, and he once again shoots him, and Wolfgar lands out of the window and falls down to death. And De Silva sits on the stairs, and the movie then ends with a music score. And like I said, it's a decent film. I like the film, but I would still say a time waster. I'm not that big fan of this film, because like I said, I did not grow up watching this film. I remember now I watched Victory, wasn't fan of that movie either. But I never saw, until 2017, I never saw this movie before. But I like the film for Sly. In the open scene, he's like undercover, and this guy tries to cut him. He uses martial arts, says, "Come on, badass, cut me, badass," and kicks his ass. I like that scene. But Nighthawks is just one of those movies that I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think it's a good movie. It holds 6.4 on IMDb score. It's a good movie, good movie, and a good performance by Sylvester Stallone. I do have Nighthawks. You can see. I think that Bowman did a good job. I think that Rutger Hauer, rest in peace, did a great job as Wolfgar. I think that Sly did a good job as Deke de Silva, New York Cop. Nighthawks, conservative street cop. De Silva reluctantly agrees to terminate an international terrorist who has demanded media attention, but De Silva's at home tactics are very much put to the challenge. Deke de Silva and Matthew Fox are two New York City cops who get transferred to an elite anti-terrorism squad. About the same time, an infamous international terrorist shows up in New York City looking to cause some chaos. It's up to De Silva and Fox to stop him, but will they be in time? Directed by Bruce Malmuth, who directed Hard to Kill with Seagal, and Stan Seagal did not like Bruce Malmuth. He said it's actually a miracle that this guy could even directed the film. He didn't like it. He wanted Cracker Baxley, but Cracker Baxley did not want to do it. He did not want to work with Seagal. He rather worked with Dolph Lundgren and Brian Bosworth, the boss, instead Seagal. But Bruce Malmuth did a good job directing the film. Music by Keith Emerson. I like his music score in the finale. The finale has a good score, the climatic finale. Let's see who. Written by David Shaber. Screenplay, story, David Schieber, Paul Silbert. So David Schieber did a good, he did a good screenplay. The cast, besides Sylvester Stallone and Rutger Hauer, Billy D. Williams did a good job as Matthew Fox. That girl who played Shaka, Patsy, I forgot that girl. She did a good job. Lindsay Wagner as girlfriend of De Silva did a good job. I mean, I like the film. I like Nighthawks. It doesn't have that much action. It kind of lacks by action. It's more a thriller, even though it's titled action, but it's more a thriller. But yeah, Nighthawks, what can I say? It's a good movie, but to me, more a time waste. I say a decent, good movie and a fun movie for Stallone. It's not that big, but it was actually his first role. It wasn't actually an action film, but still cool. Anyway, that's my movie review on Nighthawks. A decent film, decent time waster, but I liked it. Anyway, I'm out. Peace. Take care.